Alrighty guys, welcome to the Prosperity Lab. Starting a YouTube channel to inspire as many people as I possibly can. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now due to the circumstances with COVID, the election, unemployment rates at an all-time high. A lot of stuff going on. So I just want to inspire as many people as I possibly can to keep moving forward. There's a lot of opportunity out there, despite what's going on in the world and things of that nature. There's a lot of opportunity out there, my friends, and so we're having a lot of abundance in our business here in Dallas, Texas. We are a real estate investment company. What we do is we buy and wholesale real estate properties, and so what that is we find discounted properties and we wholesale them to investors. And so our market is very hot right now. There's a lot of markets out there outside of the Texas market that are doing great as well. My whole purpose of doing this is to inspire and hopefully help as many people as I possibly can. And so what I'm going to talk about today is a little bit about our business and what we do. And so like I said, we wholesale properties, we find properties at a discount, and we sell them to investors. And so we're investors ourselves, but we find so many good deals that we can't buy them all, okay? And so this video is more so for beginners, guys who maybe have heard about wholesaling, have heard about real estate wholesaling. They've tried it a little bit, but unfortunately they just haven't found a deal. Maybe they're a little bit discouraged, okay? And so what I want to talk about first is how to find buyers, okay? I think that's the most important thing starting off is finding buyers, okay? How do you find buyers? Social media. There's Facebook groups that you can join. Just type real estate groups, Dallas, Texas, or whatever market you're in, and I guarantee you there's at least 10 to 15 groups that you can join. Each of them have 5,000. Some of the groups that I'm part of have 30,000 members. A lot of those people are investors. Some are also wholesalers that you can network with. Okay. Another good source is Craigslist. Okay, you can post dummy ads on Craigslist. Fixer upper for sale in Dallas, Texas, and just post a picture of an abandoned property, and people will send you their email and say that they're interested. That's another way. Another way is just networking, just getting out there, printing some business cards, and going to networking events. If you go to meetup.com or if you download the Meetup app, there's a lot of local networking groups. I know due to COVID, people are indoors and they don't want to go out, but you can do this virtually. They have virtual meetups. Okay. Another good source is that I think is really, really good that a lot of people don't use is LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn is like the Facebook for business professionals. There's a lot of opportunity on LinkedIn to find buyers. So make a LinkedIn account. Start networking with these investors. Okay, and so what I want you to do after this, step two is ask these buyers what they're looking for. Find out what their criteria is. Find out what areas they're buying in. Find out what their budget is. Ask them, how much. How do they get their funding? Do they use their own cash? Do they have hard money lenders that they use? Do they use conventional loans? You got to ask these questions. Okay. So find out, dig deep into what their criteria is. Find out where, how big, square footage. Do they develop? Do they buy and hold? Do they fix and flip? You got to ask as many questions as you possibly can. And so I would suggest finding at least 5 qualified buyers. Qualified meaning you've done your due diligence on them and they have the means and the experience to actually buy these properties once you find them. Okay? 3, after you find these properties, step 3 is to start marketing, start finding leads and generating leads to get a property under contract based upon the criteria of the buyers that you have, okay? And so how do you do this? If you're on a budget, I think you can find a good deal. I'm actually very confident you can find a good deal with $100. Seriously, okay? 1, Bandit Signs. Me, when I first got started, I bought Bandit Signs at Dollar General. They were $1 a piece. I cut them in half, so it was 50 cents each. and I got a staple gun and I stapled them on posts at busy intersections. I put "We Buy Houses" in my phone number. My first deal I got was from a Bandit sign, and I made $17,000. No joke. I'm going to try to find the check, and maybe I can post it in like a link at the end of this video. Number 2 is driving for dollars. So if you have a vehicle, drive in neighborhoods where you think there may be abandoned properties, write down the address, and skip trace them. There's a lot of sources that you can go to online. I think TruePeopleSearch.com or TruePeopleFinder. There's Spokio. A lot of free resources out there that you can use to find these investors' information. Okay, sellers' information. Call them, make them an offer. If you don't know how to analyze a deal, I suggest kind of just going based upon Zillow. Zillow's not the most accurate source, but it's very close a lot of times. And so I would make offers at 60% of the Zillow price. Another good source is social media, referrals. My first year in business, I did it by myself, and I made $170,000 just from referrals. What was I doing? I was posting a lot of content on Facebook, on Craigslist, on Instagram, on Twitter, everywhere. And I was just letting my friends and family know, letting everybody on my friends list know that I'm looking to buy a house and that I pay for referrals. Okay? And so if they found me a property that met my buyer's criteria, I would get it under contract, and once I sold it, I would pay them anywhere from $500 to $1,500. Okay? So that's a really good source. Guys, it's very possible. If you've, I don't know if you're watching this video and you've done these things already and haven't found a deal, keep doing it. You got to be consistent. You have to be consistent. When I first got into this business, I did it for 3 months and I didn't find a deal, and I got very discouraged and I hopped out. And my buddies, I'm sure you heard of this guy, Donovan Ruffin, him and a group of other guys kept at it. And them guys, they were closing deal after deal, and sending me pictures of like $15,000, $20,000 checks, and they were still doing it because they were consistent. They didn't give up. Okay, so with that being said, still till this day, I'm still closing deals. I've been in this business for a little over 4 years. Even with the circumstances due to COVID, we're still closing deals. There's a lot of new people coming into this business that are still closing deals. It's very possible. Okay, so just keep your head up. You can reach out to me directly if you need some help or want assistance. I'd be willing to guide and encourage as many people as I possibly can. You can reach out to me on Instagram at @Giovanni Morado, or you can look me up on Facebook, Giovanni Morado. You can also Google search me and my company to maybe look into myself. We do over 100 deals every year. We have $1 million business. I started this from the ground up with nothing. Okay? It's very possible, guys. Keep your head up. I'm looking forward to bringing a lot of content to you guys. This is my first video, and I appreciate you tuning in. Let's get it.